Hi, I'm Erin Roberts. I'm a member of the Field Levy Committee, and I'm sitting here today with our Superintendent of Field Local Schools, Mr. Dave Hefflinger. And the reason we're talking today is to learn a little bit more about the upcoming levy on May 6th. This levy is going to be on the ballot. It will be a 7.5 mil levy. 6.5 of those mills will go to operating, and 1 mil will be going to permanent improvement. So hi, Dave. Thank you for being here with us, I guess.
Thanks for doing this.
Okay. How we're going to start is really, why is this millage higher this time?
The millage is higher this time for a couple reasons. First of all, the previous financial estimate of the district may not have been as accurate as we would have wished.
Okay.
What we asked for in August and November, in fact, would not have carried the district out very far. And we would have had to come back to the voters much sooner to seek additional money. So we are in a better position now to understand the true financial picture of the school district. Secondly, we've entered a new calendar year. If we had passed in August or November, collections would have started a full year sooner than they will now. So coupled with losing a year and having better information, that has led us to need to ask for a slightly higher millage rate this time around.
So with this more millage rate that we're asking for, what is the permanent improvement going to go for? How much are we asking for?
The 1 mil of permanent improvement is very important for the district. Right now, any repairs that need to happen come out of the general fund. The permanent improvement is a pool of money that we can only use to make improvements to the district structures or transportation that will have a 5-year or more lifespan. And that money can only be used for those purposes. The permanent improvement money cannot be used for salaries or other expenses. What we intend to use the money for are several projects. One would be, and the most obvious to anyone who's been on this campus, would be the parking lot here at the high school and the middle school campus. It is very rough, and it has been neglected for a long time. We would have money now that we would be able to get it repaired so that people aren't endangering their tires as they drive through to events. Secondly, we have an aging middle school and high school. Those buildings are in need of repairs, and we make those repairs now, but we're paying for them strictly out of the general fund. Brimfield and Suffield are newer buildings, but they're not brand new anymore. And in order to keep them in the excellent condition they are, we need to make the repairs that come up as they come up as we go along. So doing all of those things, we hope, will extend the life of all of the school buildings. Another big area for permanent improvement is transportation. We have a large bus fleet and an aging bus fleet. School buses are not cheap, and this will allow us to put the district on a replacement cycle for school buses so that we will be able to pick up a bus or two each year and allow a couple of the older buses to age out. We spend an awful lot of time and effort now to keep this bus fleet up and running, so it's time that we start to replace.
Well, speaking of busing, what changes do we expect to see if this levy passes in the
Well,
district?
yes, speaking of busing. Yes, we will have busing restored to where it was. We'll be able to bring busing back for the students who enjoyed it before the cuts. We also will be able to bring back class offerings and opportunities that have been cut. You know, there are cuts that received a lot of attention when they happened at the elementary level. There have been a lot of quiet cuts at the secondary level. The elective opportunities for our students are very slim at this high school, especially for a high school this size. The opportunities for advanced classes are very slim for a high school this size. We need to correct that and bring those back.
So if I would be supporting this levy, or if we would vote for this levy, what would it cost me?
If you own a $100,000 house, it's going to cost approximately $21.88 a month.
Okay.
So less than $1 a day to restore those opportunities, to restore the transportation, and to make sure that the students of Field have as many opportunities for success as they do at all the neighboring districts.
Great. Well, I was understanding that you're going to be bringing back some teaching positions even if this levy does not pass. Can you explain to me why you'd be doing that?
Sure. The way the financial picture for the district looks right now, we are going to be in a negative situation in June of 2016 if we do not receive additional money.
Okay.
If we bring back 4 teaching positions that we're proposing, we will still be in a negative situation in June of 2016.
Okay.
The negative balance will be greater, but bringing those positions back is not going to put the district in a negative situation any sooner. The decision that I believe is the correct decision is that we give the best possible education we can and try and provide the opportunities we can for our students. And I trust that the voters are not going to let us reach a position where we're in financial emergency. Now, one of the reasons we have to do this is that this district is losing students. We are losing students every year at an increasing rate. Open enrollment is the ability for people to take their student to any other district that accepts open enrollment students. And the money that we receive from the state follows the student. For the first time this school year, Field has a negative balance. We are losing more money than we bring in due to open enrollment. We also have an increasing number of students who take advantage of post-secondary options at the college level. By bringing back the specials at the elementary, the music, the art, and the PE for all our elementary students, by bringing back a position at the secondary level so that we can start to offer some increases in advanced level classes and try and restructure our schedule so that we can do more electives, we hope that we can stem the tide of students who are leaving the district and keep them here in the field.
So that's kind of what when you were speaking of earlier about educational responsibility.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Well, I've heard that the district was able to save taxpayer dollars through a refunding of the construction bonds. Can you explain what that means?
Sure. When Suffield and Brimfield were built, the district financed it with construction bonds. Those bonds have a lifespan through the year 2030. Now, since we have built those buildings, interest rates have changed dramatically. And like many of our families have gone out and refinanced their house because you can get a better deal and have a lower mortgage payment, we're able to restructure our construction bonds and take advantage of those lower interest rates as well. We did some of this last year, and we're looking to do more of it this spring. Through the 2 years, this will save the taxpayers approximately $1.7 million. Now, I want to make sure people understand it's not $1.7 million a year, but it's $1.7 million over the life of the bonds that go through 2030. But that's still a pretty good amount of money.
That's still a nice amount of money.
And it's savings that will go directly to the taxpayers.
Great. Great. So if this new levy passes, will we still need a renewal in November?
We absolutely need a renewal in November. This is not an either-or situation for us. We have to have both. We have to have both. As I said, we will, without new money, be out of cash in June of 2016. If we can pass the issue in May and pass the issue in November, both 5-year issues, that will put the field schools on sound financial footing. And barring things that we can't predict, cuts from the state or something else, we should be in good shape for the next 5 years financially here in field. But the renewal is just as important, if not more important. The renewal is 7.3 mils. If we pass new money in May and fail the renewal in November, we'll be in worse shape than we're in now.
Okay. So both are very important.
Both are crucial, and I really believe that if people step up and give us their support, they will find that the field schools are returned to the excellence they've always expected.
So it really is time to rise up.
Yes, it is.
All right. Well, thank you so much for answering our questions. And if anybody else has any more questions that they would like to ask, you can go to www.falconpride.org, and we'll do our best to get those questions to our superintendent or to our treasurer, Todd Carpenter, and get some questions and answers for you. Hope you've learned a lot. Thank you very much.
Thank you.